Chairman Steele, committee, I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me. It's unfortunate because I was a coward. It's taken me 45 years to get here. I'd like to know why we're here today. Why in 2011 is this still an issue? We're talking about sentencing. We're talking about illegality. We're talking about a plant. Marijuana is not a drug. It is a plant. It sits out in the field. It soaks up the sun. It uses photosynthesis like corn, tomatoes, and soybeans. First search warrant that I was served was 1986. Police came into my house when I was coming home from work one night, kicked down the door, and they found 35 plants that I had growing for myself. Not distributing, not doing anything. I'm a self-taught botanist. I celebrated Gregor Mendel's birthday a couple weeks ago. And keeping all the formulas and crosses that I made over a 20-year period in my head is intense. Again, we're dealing with a plant. I violated my probation in 1987 and pled guilty to a felony for possession of paraphernalia. Thus, like Deborah, my felony conviction keeps me from getting gainful employment. Regardless of what the felony was for, I assumed that maybe being the paraphernalia, the fact that they found a pipe, not actual marijuana, but a pipe, that would make a matter. It did not. I still wear the scarlet letter. Let's see. Fast forward to 1995. Another warrant. This time I was even charged with cocaine possession, even though cocaine was not mentioned on the warrant or was found during the search. This is part of the whole scheme of the drug war. Law enforcement is assigned to enforce choice issues. Once again, we're dealing with a plant. A person should be able to do with a plant what they want, as long as they're not causing harm to anybody else. If I'm not mistaken, it's also an Indiana Constitution. Let's see, fast forward to 2004. Yet another warrant, different locations every time. This time, they came with their warrant, signed with affidavit, probable cause, etc., because of a plant that they saw in the neighbor next door's yard. They kicked down my door, beat me up, almost blinded me in my left eye. I had to go see an eye specialist, and everything worked out for the fine. Because of ineptitude of the prosecutor's office, the police never showed up for depositions, so everything in 2004 was dropped. It lightened my pockets a little bit, but I learned a valuable lesson. That's all it is. It's a game. Cat and mouse game. You play the game. Sometimes you get caught. Sometimes you don't. After 20 years of sleepless nights wondering if they're going to come in again for no good reason, I implore you, call off the dogs. There's no reason for it. I'm an individual. I go to work. I do my job. I come home, and instead of drinking a beer or having alcohol or tobacco or whatever, I chose marijuana. I'm a criminal only because I grow flowers, and the stroke of a pen has made me a criminal. Due to my felony conviction, going to states where choice is appreciated and allowed because the people have spoken out, like California, our neighbors to the north in Michigan, Colorado, Arizona, etc., what I know and what I've had experience with, which 20 years experience would make most people a professional, I can't use my knowledge to show compassion to people like Deborah and Miss Evans. Earlier, someone asked about the THC cannabinoid. It's a ratio. That's where our effects come from. It's a ratio. Different varieties cause different effects. Different people experience different effects. I know some people that won't use because they say, it makes me sleepy, it makes me feel blah, it makes me this, that, and the other. It's an individual choice again. Just because something's legal, just because something's accessible, does not necessarily mean that people are going to choose it. I can go to the store right now and buy Drano off the shelf, and at that same store, probably go to the pharmacy department and buy a syringe, but I'm not going to inject Drano into my arms. That's not what it's about. If I could produce my own, like tomatoes or squash or anything else, I could show you that, like fine wine, marijuana has very different tastes, flavors, aromas, etc., as well as the plants appearing differently. The difference between a Japanese maple and a regular maple. The difference between one variety of orchid versus another variety of orchid, etc., etc. I did not create it. It was here long before I was born. I enjoy it at times, and at other times decide now is not the time to partake. Responsibility. This is a worldwide issue, not merely an Indiana issue, and the fact that penalties are assessed merely for possession of a plant is abhorrent. Thank you for your time.